Do have a special guest on Mid-Mornings with Amy this morning. Katie Lowe is with us. Katie is a student at Somerset Community College, and she's also the director of the upcoming play Sketches. Good morning, Katie.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being with us. Now, I went to the fall performance of the Somerset Community College Theater, and it was a wonderful show. You all did a great job. There's so much local talent in that group, and your next play is next week.
Yes.
And it's called Sketches. And for people who may not be familiar with Sketches, what the setup of the play is, tell everybody about Sketches.
Well, it'll basically just be a couple nights of 4 different comedic sketches, and they all have different plots, and it's just offbeat comedies. There's April Fool, Trouble with Daycare, Grim Reaper, and Oh Crap. And all of them, fabulous names. They all have some kind of misunderstanding. As we started rehearsals, I noticed that they all have some kind of weird misunderstanding with them.
So one play and 4 different sketches within the same play. And why Sketches? Why this play for your spring show?
Usually they do sketches at S.C.C. every spring, so I just wanted to keep up the tradition, and it did seem like a good way to start as a directing project instead of going with a full-on play.
Now, you were an actress in the play in the fall, and now you're directing. So which do you prefer? Do you prefer to be on stage or behind the scenes making it all happen?
I love doing them both, but I've really missed acting this time around, so I'll probably stay with acting. But I've really enjoyed the change of pace and this new opportunity.
Is there some sort of comedy performance in between the sketches?
Yes.
What's happening there?
We have John Alexander doing what he does best, and he's working as MC to keep the show going along as we switch the sets around and make the progress through each of the 4.
So a total evening of comedy, even when the sets are being changed, people will still be entertained. How much fun was it putting all this together?
It was really fun. It's been stressful. It's been a lot harder than what I've had with acting, but it was fun.
So you would say directing is harder than
for
acting?
For me personally, yes.
The performance in the fall Spoon River Anthology was very much a dramatic performance, and this is, of course, seemingly a comedic performance. Can you hear the thunder? We can hear the thunder this morning at the radio station. Which type of genre do you prefer to work with as both a director and an actress?
Well, as an actress, I started out in comedy because that was my strong point, and I always went towards SNL-type sketches, but it wasn't until I started at S.C.C. that I really tried drama, and I'm actually kind of leaning towards that now.
Talk about sketches in terms of how difficult is it for actors to portray. I suppose if you're an actor, you can go between the drama and the comedy, but how was it working with the actors and the actresses in sketches as a director?
Luckily, I knew all of them beforehand, so I'd worked with them before, or at least met them, so I already had relationships formed with them, so it was really easy to work off of each other and get on the same page with everything.
The play Sketches is next week. It's next Friday and Saturday. Tell everybody days, times, how they can get tickets, and how much tickets are.
Well, like you said, it's next Friday and Saturday at 8 o'clock, and tickets are on sale. Well, they'll go on sale Monday. They're $4 if you get them anytime throughout the week, but then $6 at the door.
And it is in the Stoner
Building
Theater
at S.C.C., and you can go to Sherry Crabtree's office.
And I was at the theater for the first time at the performance in the fall, and it's the cutest little theater. It's very much a community theater and a great place to watch a show. Tickets are $6, and you can buy them at the door, right?
Yes, $6 at the door, but if you get them beforehand, they're only $4.
Okay, so get your tickets before, and Friday, April the 11th, and Saturday, April 12th at 8 p.m. And is it one show each night?
No, all 4 will be both nights.
All 4, both
All
nights.
4 sketches, yeah.
And it's in one.
Yeah, it's all one
show,
production.
4 different sketches,
Yeah.
one showing per night, right, at 8 o'clock. We're talking with Katie Lowe this morning with the Somerset Community College Theater, and Sketches is coming up next week, the spring performance of the Somerset Community College Theater, and it will take place Friday, April 11th and Saturday, April 12th at 8 p.m., and you can get your tickets now for $4 and pay at the door for $6. We'll be back with Katie on Mid-Mornings with Amy, presented by the Molehill of Somerset. Well, welcome back to Mid-Mornings with Amy. It is Friday, April the 4th, 63 degrees outside this morning, and we are talking with Katie Lowe. She is a student at Somerset Community College, and she is directing the theater program Spring Performance Sketches. So welcome back, Katie. And for those who may be just joining us on Mid-Mornings with Amy, briefly tell everybody what Sketches is all about and what they can expect when they buy their tickets and see the show.
Well, Sketches is a compilation of 4 comedic sketches, and they'll be performed next Friday and Saturday, and all 4 sketches will be each night. And there's April Fool, The Trouble with Daycare, Grim Reaper, and Oh Crap. And they're all dealing with some kind of misunderstanding, and it gets wild and crazy. We have death and dead bodies and misplacing babies, and
wow, that sounds like a good play right there. That's all you need. Now, without giving too much away of those 4 sketches, which one is your favorite?
I would probably say Oh Crap.
Can you set that up a little bit without giving too much away?
It starts out with these 2 brothers, one being a little dingy, and they've just attempted to try to rob a convenience store, but it goes horribly wrong when one of the brothers accidentally calls 911 on themselves.
Oh.
So
that's like the stories that we do sometimes of the unintelligent criminals calling 911 on themselves. Well, that sounds wonderful. And again, this Friday, April 11th, and Saturday, April 12th, the shows begin at 8 p.m. on both evenings in the Stoner Little Theater on the campus of Somerset Community College. And Katie, if people get tickets in advance, they are $4.
They're $4, yes.
And they will be $6 at the door. And if you want to get tickets in advance, you can call Sherry Crabtree at Somerset Community College. We will put her telephone number on our Facebook page, but her number is 679-8501. 8501. Talk about the community program in general, because you all seem like a very close family. In the plays, it seems to be a lot of the recurring actors and actresses come back, and you all get to go through these scenarios and these plays together. So talk about that community college theater family.
Well, I'm really glad I started going to S.C.C. instead of going straight to a university, and I think it was a good choice, besides the fact that Steve Kleberg is an amazing professor, but you really feel the sense of family there, and it was a good transition to go from the family I felt with high school theater, and then it just matured with this new group of actors.
I was very impressed in the fall when I went to see you all in the Spoon River Anthology. You all are amazing, a great group of talent to have right here in Somerset. Of all the plays that you've been a part of, which one's been your favorite? Either on the stage or behind the stage?
Probably the first play I was in at S.C.C., The Rivals, in 2012. That was my favorite.
You mentioned that you prefer maybe acting a little bit more to directing, so will you see yourself on stage again?
Oh, yeah,
soon,
most definitely.
Very soon. Now, you mentioned that you will be leaving the theater department here very soon to go on to pursue theater at the University of Kentucky. Is that a little bittersweet for you?
Yes, it's very bittersweet, because this will be my last performance, so to say, here. So it's going to be an exciting week, but a tough week, because I'm really attached to everybody here. So. And
you're directing it, so you are. If it's a success, it's because of the director, and if it's a failure, it's because of the director.
No pressure.
No pressure at all. But I have no doubt that this will be nothing but a success. It's always interesting to me to find out how actors and actresses remember their lines, because it's a lot of dialogue for an hour and a half. It was for Spoon River Anthology. That's very much a monologue for each person. How do you remember your lines as an actress?
For me, it's just repetition and just going over it over and over, and just trying to doing blocking with the lines, because if you have an action to go with the lines, and it's easier to associate them together, and it makes it easier.
When you rehearse your lines, do you do it privately, or do you prefer to have someone dialogue with you? How do you do that?
At first, I'd rather do it privately just to get a sense of the character, and then if it's a dialogue, then I'll bring in the other actors, and then we'll figure out the characters together and how to play off of each other.
Do you, obviously you like an audience, that's why most people want to be a performer, is because they can play off the audience. But the theater at the Stoner Little Theater, it's relatively small, and the stage is very, very close to the people in the audience. Can you see the people when you're performing? Does that make you nervous to be so close to your audience?
As long as I don't make eye contact with anyone, I'm usually fine. But I do like the intimate feel of it. But with something like comedy, if they start laughing, then it's great. But then you're even more so aware when they're not laughing, when they're that close. So
that's a good point. If I were in a comedic performance, when you're doing a dramatic performance, people usually don't say anything, but people are supposed to laugh. And in comedy, and if they don't laugh, that would be a little concerning. What's your favorite play? If you could direct or be in one remake of a play, what would it be?
I'd say, directing-wise, I would like to do Death of a Salesman.
Oh, yes.
But I'd like to be in any Stephen Sondheim musical.
Do you like musicals over plays, or do you have a preference?
I like them both. I kind of lean towards musical theater, but I've not done as much with it, so I've been sticking with plays. Well,
Katie, before you leave the studio today, you will have to sign our Somerset 106 banner back here, because when you become a famous actress or director, I will be able to say, I interviewed Katie Lowe on Mid-Mornings with Amy. We are talking with Katie this morning. She's with the Somerset Community College Theater program, and she is directing the upcoming play Sketches, which I from what you've said, Katie, I think it's going to be very, very funny. I can't wait to go, and I hope that everybody will get their tickets early, $4. You can't beat $4 to go see a great show. We'll be right back on Mid-Mornings with Amy. Thank you all so much for joining us this morning on Mid-Mornings with Amy. We've had a great morning talking with Katie Lowe. She's with the Somerset Community College Theater program, and she is directing Sketches, which is coming to the stage next week, Friday, April 11th, and Saturday, April 12th at 8 o'clock. And Katie, very quickly in the few moments we have left, talk about the cast.
The cast has been great. They've been really fun to work with, and everyone is immensely talented. But I really have to give it to the two youngest actors, Nicholas Kidd and Alyssa Burrows. They're 16, 17, and they're two of the most reliable, talented people that you could ask for, especially at such a young age.
Well, you all do an amazing job. We're so fortunate to have the Somerset Community College Theater Department here. Go see Sketches. Tickets are on sale now. Early tickets are $4, and tickets at the door are $6. And you can find us on Facebook at Somerset 106, and we'll put a telephone number up there of the person you can call for tickets. Have a great weekend, everybody.